Listen to Career Paths by Implement every Thursday.
You might learn something.
You might not.
Available on Apple Podcasts,
On Spreaker,
Spotify,
on Google,
and iHeartRadio. It's your life. Make it happen.
Oh, goodness gracious. So we didn't get to we haven't worked together. Well, I took Monday off. I took Monday off because I had to get things taken care of.
How did it go today?
Fine. Carl's a little high strung, but I know Carl, and it's okay.
He is.
I love Carl, but it's all good. You know, I adjust accordingly. You and I have gotten our routine down.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
If I have to yell and scream and cry, that's what I do.
I got to ask you something though.
Yeah, sure.
Were you dead serious with Aaron the other day about the
Weed whacking?
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah, I went by it because
what part of that site?
I don't know. You know, I'd have to look at it. I just remember we drove by. Was it with Carl? No.
He was just kind of standing there like, what did I do wrong?
And I'm not saying wrong. I'm just a little more nitpicky because I've done it,
Yeah.
and that's all I'm trying to say. He's not wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to give a little insight, and maybe I'm wrong. So
Well, I don't. Yeah, I was just curious because there is a lot of trimming on that site.
yes,
You know, I mean, but I couldn't think of an area.
it wasn't bad. I don't say. I just know I'm more nitpicky.
It just didn't quite.
For me, there's just little things that I know,
Yeah.
like next to a sidewalk in this one area, near the bottom when you're going, and I just went, I probably would have hit that a little harder. That's just me.
Yeah.
But
I just couldn't tell, so I was
yeah,
curious.
no, and I do it, try to do it lightheartedly, but I want to do it so it gets their attention,
Yeah,
even though I'm
right.
just, I'm not
Sure.
a man, but I want to do better, and
Yeah.
that's how, I asked you
Yeah.
if there's something that I'm not doing, or when I was out with Kevin a couple times, he was like, whoa, because I'm trying to hit stuff that a lot of the other guys just don't do.
Oh, good. So he said
He
nice
was
job,
pleased.
or
Apparently he was pleased.
that's
Because
good.
I was
Kevin's
at,
pretty fussy actually.
and yes, and I
It depends on the day.
well, yes, we're all moody.
Except
little,
when he's sleeping and I'm driving. It's,
and every day is a good day when
he's
Kevin,
not too
Greg's
fussy.
driving and I'm not. Welcome to Career Paths by Infonet. I'm your host, Victor Boudreau. Mr. Ryan King. Hey, Ryan, how's that? Hey. Today our guest is Greg. Greg, your last name again, sir?
Powell.
Powell. Is that, are you really, never mind, that's going to be old school and I don't want to do that. You like how I just dove in?
Powell Street, San Francisco. Maybe you were thinking of that.
No. Warmer.
Okay.
Think water.
Oh, Lake Powell, sure.
No. Still water. You're getting closer, maybe an island in water.
Maui Powell.
Mr. Powell, Mrs. Powell, love you.
Oh, no. That's Howell.
I'm out of here.
True, it is.
Sorry. It is, and I.
Sorry.
First time I've had to walk off this.
I
Greg!
just had to point that out.
Oh, man, I hate you.
And yes,
Maybe that's a relation though. Powell, they're
I
related
don't,
somehow.
I'm just a kid. Greg's the old guy.
I don't know if that works out or not, but hey, it's great to be here.
Hey, Greg. So Greg, let's see. I want to make sure I get my notes. We haven't done this for a week, and let's see. I'm just having fun messing with it because your host, Ryan.
Wow.
Wow.
Is this on?
We hope not. We hope not. So, Greg, what's going on? What's new? It's middle of summer. Well, it's August. It's hotter than
Wow,
crap
what
out
a
there.
hot summer, huh?
It's the hottest I've
I'll
ever
tell
known.
ya.
Ryan, same. You've been in Spokane all our
I
lives.
have, you and I are kind of in the same boat on that. A little
Spent
more.
5 years in Florida and it's
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez.
Well, it's a dry heat. Yeah.
That's right.
Wait.
Yeah,
How often do you visit Phoenix and Scottsdale?
Well,
In the middle of summer.
not enough.
Don't.
Well, no,
In the dry heat, you still melt.
not this time of the year. No. This is, but yeah, I've grown up here. Well, second grade.
All your life,
Yeah,
pretty much.
and I honestly don't remember a summer
No.
this hot. consistently.
No, usually it gets warm maybe in July, a week or so, and then kind of mellows a little bit, but maybe a couple weeks in August.
It's just crazy. And I'll put it this way, above 90 degree
Oh.
weather.
Yeah.
I mean, and it used to be, you'd get something like this and then you'd get a big thunder shower, and it felt good because the rain was,
Yep, and cool season.
70 degrees.
So
and-
that brings me to a question, Greg. The reason why the heat thing, what do you do for career / job these days?
well, I
Do you have
have,
to deal with the heat on a constant daily basis, by the way?
well, I think if you know the answer to these questions, this might be
I
a little
usually know the
unfair
answer
me.
to most questions I
But
ask.
that's all right. I'm going to play along.
Please.
Well, right now, I have continued my career with the city. I've been with the city for almost 18 years now.
And you're with the water department, Spokane City Water Department. Did you start?
Yes.
You started somewhere else, or like streets or something, or you? I'm sorry.
No, started in the building department
Okay.
because of my background in construction.
Okay, and we'll get back to that. I'm just trying to go over basically why you
Okay.
know about the heat right now and dealing
Right.
on a daily basis, and it affects bad.
Yeah.
As we both know. Brian, you're out there working in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they say it kind of, week by week, it kind of adds up. What do you call that? What's the right word? What's the word I'm looking
limited?
for?
Gosh, I'm not that. It's just he does this to me.
But see, the heat has already gotten me today.
Oh, it got me weeks ago. I had to, yeah, never mind.
But-
It killed me.
Yeah, and so, yeah, we're outside, we're doing stuff all day long, we kind of got to pace ourselves a little bit. We're not just always, some of us have an air-conditioned truck, not everybody.
No,
but-
not all the rigs
So-
in Spokane Water Department are air conditioned. I was in one. Well, I've been in a couple of them recently. It was not good.
Yeah, that's just
As you
kind of
know.
the way things are, but,
Yeah.
so you try to take a little break. We've always got a lot of cold water,
Yep,
ice.
yep.
But cumulative, that's the word.
I couldn't
Thank
say
you,
it. I wasn't
Ryan.
that smart.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Appreciate that.
Thanks, Ryan.
You gonna be here
Osmosis.
all night, or?
Yeah, all
Okay,
night.
Great.
Yeah.
But,
Or at least till
I kicked
6. Are we past that yet?
So, we have a select group of properties. A lot of people don't realize that between the sewer, water department, sewer systems, all this, we have over, I think it's close to about 1,000 acres now. that
300 to
we've actually
400 different sites around the
Yeah.
Spokane area that it has to be maintained. Irrigation, if there's not irrigation, there's cleanup, trash, there's flower beds, there's grass, there's all sorts of stuff.
Right, right. And that's a, year-round thing. So, and some people in the department are full-time, some are part-time. Then as the wintertime comes and it's these massive snowstorms, we're having a hard time finding the in-between stuff in Spokane these days. It's either really snowing or really hot.
Yeah, last winter wasn't.
I was
really-
kind of hoping you could shed some light on that.
I
Is
will
that
later,
part of the
but-
global warming.
Yeah, I'll tell you later.
Okay.
It's an insight.
All right.
But Ryan talks to the guys that edit Infonet. What was the guy's name again?
It was Johnny. Yeah.
I'm not aware of any John or Johnny working at. Okay.
Robert. Does that sound familiar?
I think it was
Justin.
Johnny
It was
Roberts.
Justin. Justin. That's right. I'm bad with names. It's Justin.
A lot of
You
things.
sure it wasn't Jared?
Could have been.
So, Greg, back to you.
Yes.
Please.
Thank you.
So you've been doing this. Let's get a little background on you. You married?
I am married. I've been married almost 37 years now.
Have you told your wife I
To
said
the
hi
same
lately, by
person.
the way? Oh, yeah.
To the same
because
person.
I fortunately have not.
Yeah.
Ryan, how's your marriages going?
My current one is going great.
All your exes are fine too now.
Yeah.
Much better. But yeah, and you have a daughter.
I have a daughter.
Married?
She just recently got married. They've been married a couple of years now, and both working. She's finishing up school out at Eastern in graphic design. So she was able to get a job right now that is actually complementing that. She's
She's
doing-
using what she's been taught.
Yes, so that's going to be
That's,
nice. But she's got just one more quarter out there, so
Okay.
we're hoping she can
Get it done?
get it wrapped up and this is I'm wearing this in honor of her tonight because she went to Falls for a
Oh,
couple
okay.
years.
Spokane Falls Community College.
And I went to Falls for a couple of years.
Tradition, family tradition.
She's going a little farther in her education than I did.
You know,
but,
you're.
that's okay. We, and I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm a little bit envious because,
She has these.
and you and I have this in common. We kind of intrigued by the Bigfoot phenomenon.
You know, I haven't just. Yes.
That's a whole nother show.
Oh yeah. I'm always the supernatural and possibilities, UFOs and all that alien stuff. But there's new stuff coming out. Blah blah blah.
Well, you threw in a bunch of other stuff. Okay.
Yeah. But Bigfoot.
But maybe we can.
I'll be a kook. I'm already kooky.
Well, it's that became their mascot. I don't know when that
Yes,
happened.
Spokane Falls.
Do you have any
yes.
idea when that happened?
I don't. We'd have to Google.
Yeah.
But yes, when I first started seeing, I'm going, what the heck is? Oh.
I think I know when it happened. I think when they realized they could make some money on Bigfoot T-shirts.
Yeah, they don't
was
have to pay
maybe
anything.
When that kind of kicked in.
Well, and the Seattle Supersonics, the old basketball team, their mascot was a Sasquatch in a basketball uniform.
That is correct. I almost
Miller?
forgot about that.
I'm not a basketball type guy, but they actually did an exhibition here, and he was doing his magic. So, it's going to be one of those shows, guys. I'm warning you now. Greg warned me he's going to go off.
I am.
Okay, maybe I'll go off. Okay, so we got that covered. Anything else you'd like to share with that substantial about yourself? You've done it for fun. You've done some acting.
Yeah.
We'll touch on that a little bit more. That's one of your passions or
Well,
fun or.
Yeah, and that's kind of been kind of a challenging thing after I've really had more music over the years from a young age, singing and actually played violin for 20 years.
We might have touched on that, but I didn't remember that so much.
But that kind of got me. We had. I went to Balboa Elementary School.
Wow,
and
I've heard that in a long time.
second grade, I think we had kind of this group of people came in to get us excited about stringed instruments, and it was cello and all these different things.
Right,
but
right.
For some reason, something
Spoke to you.
clicked, and went home and announced to my parents that I wanted to begin violin lessons.
How long did you play?
Well, really solid for about 20 years.
Wow.
Through college.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think we discussed, but that's awesome.
Yeah, and the thing was kind of cool. By the time when I got to Falls, they had just completed. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but they had one of the first really nice little opera houses. It was like a mini opera house.
I have. Wow.
Very, very good acoustics, and
Nice.
so that was a neat thing to wander into out there.
Wow.
But yeah, so a lot of music in my background, but
I know we've talked music and just in general, the stuff we've listened to in the past, we get along very well because we're a lot of the same styles that we both like. So
yeah.
um,
So that was kind of the doing this. I mean, was much later the acting stuff. Which just over the years I had done some small little plays here and there just for fun, but not anything, maybe a line or two,
Sure,
nothing.
sure.
But I had a chance to do actually a couple of different plays through the church I attend, and there were, one was It's a Wonderful Life, which you mentioned, I think, which we've had some discussion
we have.
about.
And what character might you
certain
played in?
lines that you didn't quite remember accurately, but I think we got it worked out. And the only reason I was so adamant about it is I've gone over those lines over and over and over. But so that was back
What character did you play in the It's a Wonderful Life?
In-
Anybody substantial, maybe? Anybody?
Yes, probably the meanest person known on the planet, and that's Mr. Harry Potter, the richest man in town. And this was a musical, so
did tell me that.
see that's kind of how I got the deal, was
Step by step.
my experience in singing, and so that was a new thing though, combining
Acting and singing.
yeah, having lines,
performing.
and the way this play was, the script was written, was incorporating a lot of words into the song.
Correct.
Okay.
You discussed that with me.
So, but as you can imagine, Mr. Potter was always in a wheelchair. You do remember that, don't you? Did you forget that part too? That's a very important part.
Moving on, Greg.
I'm just saying.
I know. I thank you for giving our guest
So-
and
So, we can talk about that later.
oh, we will.
Some of these
Oh,
things,
we will.
but yeah. So that was kind of interesting because I couldn't do, as you can imagine, in a normal, I'll say normal church.
play. Oh, normal church.
Yeah, but my director, she does work for the Spokane's Children's Theater, and she is very, she expects
Professional.
you to do well. And so it was not, I would say it was above average in that sense, is that she has a real eye for what she wants and what she wants to deliver.
Good.
So,
And she still picked you.
yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
That was
There you go,
unnecessary,
Greg.
But we'll continue on. But he's always in a wheelchair, right?
Right.
So, sometimes as people in church go, you might need a few more people than what you started off with, right? I mean, this is not a paid. This is not a paid
You're
thing.
on
This is-
stage performing? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you usually find out within the first couple of weeks who's going to be around. And who
Right,
isn't.
right.
Not because they're getting fired.
No. It's
But
just things
we
that
need
other
the-
responsibilities or something happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they don't realize the commitment.
Correct. I
level.
understand. Yes.
So, sometimes, you fill in doing something else, maybe moving things around backstage. I couldn't do that because I'm in this,
Your little, your
this chair.
Your character dictated what
with
you
the-
can and can't do.
with a little blanket,
Yes.
like he did, and then I've got the goon that's pushing me around, who is always, they seem to find these people, I think, on some of our,
Be nice.
I don't, yeah.
Be nice. Just in
From
case
somewhere other than the Actors Guild, let's just say that.
they just need somebody with muscles that can follow directions. Kind of.
The directions is the tricky part because you're listening for a certain line and you might not be getting
they
pushed
gotta-
into the right spot. And
They gotta hit the
as a
mark
rich
when you're-
guy, you don't push yourself. See? Yeah, you just flash
See all
a
these
$20
little
bill
details.
and hand it to the
yeah,
goon.
yeah,
and,
because you got to
takes-
pay.
So it does complicate. It's like I'm supposed to be. There's my spot.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it was a great experience.
How many times did you play this role? Several that you.
We actually filled the church. I think the church holds about 1,000 or 1,200 people, and we did like 6 nights, I think. So it was, and being a Christmas
Oh yeah.
pre-Christmas event,
Yeah.
it's people really and people love that.
Did a lot of people look at you when kids go, ooh.
That
Then you
that's
win.
the-
Then you win.
That's just an amazingly wonderful experience. I actually had, I don't know, 6 or 8 of my neighbors at the time came. I mean, we joked about it.
Sure.
We said, hey, you got to come and see. And I think I can say that the church really blew them away. They really didn't think, and they got good. I made sure they got good seats.
Sure. Take care of your friends.
And my one good friend who has since passed away next door, he was joking about bringing tomatoes and throwing them, and he just it was such a contrasted part, and that's what was fun about it.
To you, yeah.
And that was the biggest compliment they could give me was they didn't know where is Greg.
Right.
That was the biggest compliment they could give me. So I felt really good about that.
Exactly. You played your role. You acted. You made people despise you and not like you. That's what it's about.
Yeah, which we don't try to do at the city. Generally speaking.
Sometimes we just.
But sometimes if you just hold up your hand, it's dangerous.
So we've hit this. I just want to make sure that's part of a passion that, once again, Ryan, you have some passions that you do outside of your manual, and I don't think we've ever really covered beside, what career and jobs. But you can have passions outside of that. Obviously, you want to have a job career that you enjoy, that you want to do, and the better and happier you are, the better and happier you'll do. But you can have outside interests and passions and fulfill your life that way too. I guess is what my point would. Concur?
Concur.
Thank you, Mr. What was your name again? King?
Johnny,
Johnny.
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't remember.
And I think the whole thing, that was just something, the opportunity was presented to me.
Right.
And I don't have to go into a lot of detail, but then within a couple of years after that, I graduated and got to do Scrooge.
That's right.
And that was the lead part,
Right.
which I had. The other Potter was bits and pieces,
Right.
but it was difficult for me because I'm having to sing these parts that are, I'm acting and I'm
Correct.
singing,
That would be, yeah.
and so it's like, kind of I'm either used to doing one or the other, but not
Right.
both. So that was a good experience.
I would imagine that, yeah, wow.
But I like what you said about having passion about doing other things, because anymore our society, at least in America, those that are younger than us that are coming up the ranks, there is a huge drive to be a star, to be out there in front, and that's not the most important thing in
No.
your life.
If
But
our society's built that.
it is.
However, apparently years ago it used to be a rock star or be an actor or actress, and nowadays you're supposed to be a podcast show and host and all that stuff. And yeah, it's progression and just how society works.
Sure.
But there's more to life. There's so much more to life.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna step back. I just want to share that because I know Greg. We've talked about it many times. Me being in music and stuff over the years, and me doing different stuff. Us doing this is kind of being a performer in a way. Plus, I do some other performance stuff that I know a guy. Do you know a guy?
I do know a guy.
You did know that guy, and you had to perform as that guy.
Yeah,
Just
I did.
yeah, he was a stand-in for the character that I created.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, that would be challenging.
I think it was challenging.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what. But I was the only person I would ask would be him. Oh, even it was years ago, but I asked Ryan to fill that void because I had to perform. It was a Toys for Tots show, and the band I was in was performing. I could not be in two places at once. And Ryan, as Mr. Scruff, I didn't know if he'd shave, and it was one of those things that it's important to me. And I said, "Would you?" I go, "You'd have to do this." Sure. So very grateful. Anyway,
It'll grow back.
it always does.
I was just thinking back when I was a kid, I played a clown. I think I told you this. This has nothing to do
How old
with
were you? Were you a good clown? Bad clown? Were you an evil clown? Were you it?
I thought I did a good job,
They
but
all evil?
it was
No.
it was difficult.
Why's that?
I'm just trying to think of what a clown does, and they had all the gag stuff. I had the
Salt
the
butter?
little ring, that squirts water on the kids.
Okay.
I was probably 13, maybe.
Okay.
And here's
Well,
all
you're
these,
still
all
trying to
these-
figure out
all
what you're
these
going
little
on in
kids-
general.
All these little kids, nobody old enough to take a swing at me, But you have to just overemphasize
Yes.
the part. I mean, and you already got the the creepy smile on
Right.
your face, but
But if you haven't done it and you're not used to it, and you're still trying to find
Yeah.
yourself as a human when you're a teenager, right?
well, yeah, pretty
And-
much, yeah.
I mean, for
Yeah.
me, my character, I've seen myself grow into it, but even when I started it, it was just an extension of what I already was.
Yeah.
So, but as a clown, sure, I would have fun doing that. Evil, good, whatever,
Yeah.
for myself personally.
Yeah.
Why do you laugh at that?
Well, I'm just thinking back because you're popular until you thump somebody with the big fake hammer or the
That's,
I-
then you just build the
Well, that
hate.
sounds. You might have to edit that. That sounds kind of violent.
Yeah,
They
this-
were plastic, like an air. Yeah, there was air, like a
Foam, air. Yeah, we get it. Don't worry, Greg. You used
That
to
was a
beat people.
long time
You
ago.
used to beat and hurt people as a clown. You're one of those evil clowns. It's okay. That's all I got. The last several shows have just been. Peace. I'm tempted. You know, we're just going to run. We haven't really progressed into what you do for your career, how you got there.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
thinking, if you know, it's going to have to be a two-parter. Ryan, is that okay?
Yeah.
Greg, if we put up with coming and doing a second.
Are you trying to ask me would I like to come back?
Yes, sir.
Victor, I'd love to come back.
I can't get him to shut up. That's why. Well, that works because there's so much. You electrician, electrician to inspector. That's what the word.
Yeah.
And then into because
Yeah.
I want to hit on all that. Not bore everybody, but it's very important because that's one reason I had you ask to be on the guest or on this show, so we knew what was going on.
Yeah.
Ryan, close out the show for this time. That's it. Wow, it's already probably been. I knew it would happen. We just ramble on, but it's good.
Yeah.
That's
the way-
life,
that's
man.
the
You
way
got to
do it.
enjoy and have fun.
Yeah.
Do you have the show notes, Mister?
No.
I don't have them either. Hold on. Wait for it. I don't got them. So, just what we're going to do. Career Paths by Infonet. I'm your host, Victor Boudreau, with Ryan King, our guest. Edit that one out. Subscribe, like, all that stuff. Next week, Greg will be back. We'll go into it even more. Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
I knew this was going to happen. That's why we're going to have to order pizza and hang out and talk behind. We won't share everything with you guys, but we appreciate your support. We're going to do some more stuff in the near future. Hopefully, you'll share with friends and families, and hopefully we can help and make a difference. Believe it or not, that's what we're trying to do. So, till next time, it's your life. Make it happen. Oh, so pretty, so witty, and wise. Awesome.
Good job.